Okay, so welcome back, everyone. We are now at session 45, and I would like to request someone to please give a recap of session 44, if you could, please.
Samad, do you want to start?
I we went to save that. I don't remember the characters' names. We went to save that guy's daughter
Harbor,
from the
Harbor's daughter, Tara.
Harbor's daughter from the death arena in exchange for money. We traded. You like hustled the bookie for winnings. That was like the overall summary, right? We met that barbarian guy who was drunk and asleep, the skinny guy who owes us a favor for sleight of handing. He's going to steal the hand for us, right?
Yeah.
And then Harbor's daughter. We're three combatants in the arena.
Yep.
Um, we entered in the arena in their stead and placed money on ourselves and won. And I don't know how the payout is going yet because the end was just killing that guy and then we stopped, right?
Yeah, we ended it just after walking out of the arena. But it's
Yeah,
Harbor,
with my arms up.
yeah, Harbor's daughter had gone missing. He wasn't able to go look for her, so he sent us. We talked to some of her friends. They mentioned that she had been either in fights or betting on fights, and then that someone had fronted her some money, but now she was in debt to them and having to probably fight in the rings. Um, so apparently a special show was going on. We made it over there, and we ended up talking to so it looked like one of the barbarians that was going to fight with Tara was one of his clan, or it was someone familiar with his clan. And he got so drunk off his butt, but we managed to talk Orianna. Made a bet on the losing team, which was us. It ended up being with the bookie, who was the one who actually got Tara into trouble in the first place. So we went over. There were, besides the barbarian and Tara, there was one other scrawny kid that was from a poor family fighting just to get some money. We're gonna cut him in, and he owes us a favor. But we managed to talk Tara out of fighting because she mentioned specifically, I got to do this because I got myself into it. But she was obviously very scared. We talked her out of it. She stayed on the sidelines along with the scrawny kid, Penn mentioned. Uh, we went through 3 rounds of battle, bunch of cobalt, one kind of like a general guy, and then the third was the body plated armor that we took down. We killed off the kobolds pretty easily, but me and Dave took some damage. Penn, I think you're mostly unhurt. But by the end of it, you decapitated the general. We destroyed the armor, and then we walked out victorious. And I bet so. I think they mentioned the odds were 35-1, and I put 1,000 gold on us, but I used myself as collateral. So I'm gonna go get this guy to pay up.
Nice.
And I'm gonna make sure that Tara's debt is paid. We left you and Rathu, but we gave Rathu a mission to kind of keep an eye out for the hand, to make sure, because we have the hand to swap it with, but we're not 100% sure if she's left it in the tent while she's been helping the refugees, or if she has it on her. I'm assuming she has it on her, but once we get back, we're going to try and swap it out, then go to the train station with the refugees, and then split off from there so we can go back to Cyan, I believe it is.
And thank you guys. That was very thorough. That was fantastic. And when Megan says armor, like body armor, it's literally body armor, like this creature with armor made out of body parts, like people's body
I
parts
was
and creature parts.
thinking instead of an armored body, it was a body of like arm. I was body armor.
Yep, literally that, like body parts on armor. Yeah, so exactly that. Okay.
Fascinating.
Yes. And to fill in a couple of names, the person that Mikage made the bet with was his name is Malorn, and then there's Terra, who is Harbor's daughter, and then there is Lanza, who is one of the barbarian buddies of Dave, actually. So they knew him. And the thing that y'all left out was that Dave finds out essentially from Lanza that the tribe is not doing well. So he's trying to do this as a last-ditch effort to help make money, because essentially their contract to fetch bodies for, for the sacrifices that they were doing from before has dried up. So at this point right now, they are in a bit of trouble. They don't have very many resources to work from. And then finally, there's Rohar, who is the feeble person, the skinny kid that they have been dealing with too. Okay? And I think that brings us all current. So I think we're good on that. And finally, as I mentioned right before we start recording, we have the new homebrew rules in terms of combat. So hopefully you guys take advantage of it, and we'll see how that goes. If not, that's fine, but we'll just see how it goes. Okay?
Oh, and there were also my notes.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
And there were also lions.
There were lions too. Yes, that's correct. It was a pretty crazy battle. I hope I hope it was fun for everybody. I hope the guys enjoyed it.
It was fun.
All right. So, Rachel, do you have any questions about anything before we get it kicked off?
The homebrew rules.
Yes.
Were these stated last time or the last time I was here?
I believe it was the last time you were there. So if you click on the journal entry icon up at the top right,
yes,
and then you'll see homebrew, and then there's a document, new
yes,
combat statuses and bonuses.
Yes, I remember this.
Okay. And feel free, you can look over it. If you have any questions, let me know. And then we'll go from there. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm going to go back to the arena. And so for the sake of story also, at this point, Rachel or Ori, your character was left behind to kind of get some rest. You've since caught up. You've run back to, you've heard of where the group has gone to, and so you're trying to catch back up just to make sure everybody's okay. At the same time, too, because Sean is out, so Dave is going to be stepping out for this session. Considering that Dave took quite a bit of damage, he's going to go back to the refugee camp to lick his wounds, try to recuperate. So at this point, I'm going to take out Dave's icon, and I'm going to put back Ori's in, as you imagine that you, Ori, have just kind of rejoined the group and are just, catching up. And you are in the midst of just this crowd fervor where everyone is cheering. They are up in arms. Everybody's just incredibly excited after witnessing this huge upset, right? Where everybody thought that at the time this big battle was going to happen and these three scrawny warriors would just be absolutely decimated. But instead, Mikage, Ori, and Dave, Mikage, Pan, and Dave, were able to just have this huge win. So the entire crowd is just cheering, and they're up in arms, and everybody now is, chanting and, shouting hooray, right? And I'm putting a little sound. There we go. I'm trying to load it up. Okay. So at this point, Dave decides to head back. He says, hey, I'm going to go back and recover. Mikage and Pan, you are now returning back to where all the other gladiators are. Everybody's patting you on the back, or you rush up and you have just witnessed this insane combat, this insane battle. And I'll let you guys take it from there. Go ahead.
Number one,
I'm
who is injured?
blowing kisses out everywhere.
Of course. Who else is injured?
I took the second most damage. I got 15 points, but I'm still standing. I've dismissed. Now I can't even remember my dragon's name at this point. Tatsu. I just him. He's no longer with us. I'm injured, but I'm just looking for Moreland. That's my main concern right now. I want my and I want to get Tara's debts settled. So I see Ori, so I go up to her first, but I'm looking like above her head and kind of trying to find where he is.
I'm over here trying not to worry too much, but you know, she doesn't like when her companions are injured.
Do I see Ori crowded right now?
Say that one more time, please.
Do I see Ori, or is it just too crowded right now? Or Moreland?
You see Ori. She's right up at the front where all the other gladiators are. So she's got front row seats to the scene. She sees both Pan and Mikage coming back. You are drenched in blood. Part of it yours, but most of it from the kobolds and all the other, bad guys that you fought against, right? So you're kind of covered in a bit of, organic matter, let me put it that way, of just like bits and pieces of things that you just, you sliced off and cut off and whatnot. But for the most part, you guys are still breathing. You're okay. Ori, you have greeted them, and I see Mikage, you are looking around and trying to get a view, but at this point, all the fans, even all the gladiators, are just cheering. They're jumping in the air. They're trying to get you to sign their autograph and, get you to sign, get autographs from you, and just patting you on the back. That's fine.
Okay.
Ori's gonna take some cloth that she finds, pull it away from someone, and start trying to clean the blood off of Mikage. And obviously she hands it back and they take it, and I'm sure they're gonna sell it on, medieval eBay.
The person who handed it to is on back, just faints. They get it back in their hand, they just like collapse over and they faint with excitement.
So I fill in Ori real quick of what's happened. And Ori, do you want to help me look for Moreland? Because we need to, one, make sure Tara's debts are settled, and we got to make sure he pays up. Because he's the one.
Lead me to him.
Pan, what about you? What are you doing right now?
I'm signing autographs and stuff, and then I see them going, and I'm like, oh crap, I gotta go.
You see
grab the hem of Pan's shirt and just...
Yeah, just like that. Like, drag me.
You see a flock of men and women, both just kind of reaching for you, Pan. They're like, no, please don't go. Come back. They're trying to pull at you right now, like hemming and hawing at you, right? As you start moving and you parse your way through the crowd, you see Morlorn. He is in the back, and he is busy dealing with customers and clients back and forth. He's collecting money. He's doling it out. You see him just in a fervor as well, trying to deal with all these people who are grabbing his attention.
Okay. Do we happen to see Tara in the crowd as well?
You do see Tara. She's almost flabbergasted. She's kind of just stuck with her jaw open. But you can look in her eyes. You see tears in her eyes. She's got a smile across her face, and she's just kind of clutching her hand, just kind of in shock and surprise.
I remember I was able to calm her down in previous times. Can I, bring her with us? Go to her and be like, hey, it's okay now, it's okay.
She sees you, Ori, and just recognizes your familiar face, and you see just a calm kind of wash over her as the reality kind of sets in that the trio have taken down this incredible battle. And she looks at you and is like, oh my god, I can't believe it. Ori, did you just see that? Did you just witness what I just saw?
It was bloody. Very much so. There were ears on armor.
Yeah, I don't think anybody expected that corpse collector. So that was definitely new. I mean, oh my god. I was going to fight that thing. Can you believe it? Oh my god. I would have died.
You should never do that. Never again will you ever try that. Ever.
Yeah. Can you promise not to tell my dad that I was going to do this? Because I will be grounded forever.
I'll try my best. But you're also going to get on a train soon, so...
Okay.
You can't really be that grounded.
Let's just don't mention anything to my dad, and we're cool, and we'll be besties, okay? Just promise me that.
Already.
But Tara now is, again, just very excited. You see the jump and the energy inside of her now. She does not have that foreboding, just dread that was emanating from her before. At the same time, too, you see Rohar, the skinny, feeble man-child that was there before, and he himself is also just like tears pouring down his face. He's like, oh my god, I was gonna fight that thing too. And he goes over and he just goes immediately to Pan and then just holds on to you and just hugs you tight.
There, bro. You still owe us a favor.
So I call over. I'm not taking my eyes off of Moreland, but I call over to Pan. Hey, you might want to get our cut from the arena, and then we can follow up with the outside bet.
All right. Be like, you want to come with me, bro? To Rohar, and I'll go to the entrance dude.
Rohar is just, he's sort of paying attention, but at this point he's just got his head pressed into your chest, Pan, because you are quite tall and he's a little shorter or so, and he's just hugging you and just nuzzling you tight. He's like, thank you, sir. Oh my god. Trying his hardest not to be any less manly. Morlorn looks over to you and he sees you, Mikage, as well as with Tara and company as well. Comes over and gives you a pat on the back and is like, oh, honey, I didn't think you could do it, but here we are. So consider the debt all paid off. You're all good now. And then he starts walking away.
I call him back, and I turn him around. Watch who you make bets with next time. Otherwise, I will come back for your head.
We don't have to get dirty about this. I mean, this is all business, okay? Everybody does what they do. I'm just a businessman. That's all right? No need to get testy about it.
Your business can be on the up and up, or I can make sure that your life is a living hell.
Well, normally I wouldn't take threats so easily, but seeing as how you just won that amazing battle, I will allow it this time, but noted. Okay.
Fair enough. I go back over to where Ori's standing, and I see that Pan's gone over to the arena.
At this point, Pan, you start as you're walking towards the center office. There are the desk clerks there that are paying out, and they're taking on more bets. Again, everybody seems to be just crowding around you, again, trying to get your autograph, trying to tug at your arm, or rip off a piece of clothing as a souvenir or something like that. The front clerk is busy scribbling away, writing checks or getting money, processing things, and as he sees you, he just looks up and just starts applauding. He's like, that was by far the best fight. Oh, sorry, that was the wrong voice. Sir, that was the best fight that we've had in quite some time. When can I book you again for the next one that we're going to have?
I'll be back, don't worry. Now's not the time. I gotta run some errands. Just here to collect my, I don't know what you call them, winnings?
Yep.
And you'll see me around. This is where I'm gonna retire, a gladiator.
We've got quite a few interesting fights coming up soon. Perhaps there's a couple hags and maybe a beholder or something like that. They pay quite a bit of money, more than this one even, actually, especially with now your reputation.
Maybe next time. Here's my number, or not number. What's that? We don't have those. It's like a two-way walkie-talkie. Never mind.
He's going to take a short sabbatical while we may or may not save the world, and then he'll be back.
Yeah, but no, I'm not giving too many deets. I don't want him to think I'm some hero. I'm a gladiator.
Taking a little sabbatical. That's it.
Well, very well then, but you know where we are, of course, and so we look forward to having you back, of course. And don't worry, we've already paid you your winnings to your manager already, so don't worry, you're all set to go. Here you are.
Manager.
Manager.
Who's the manager?
What do you mean? Don't you know we came in here earlier, right after you won? He took the money and then he's gone already.
Can we have a
Name?
What did he look like? What was his name?
He was a, dashing fellow, also, kind of clothed in some bluish garb and spoke with a little bit of a, quite frankly, his accent was a little bit of a, bumpkin, if you don't mind me saying, or so. I don't have any judgments or anything like that. You can have whoever manager you want or so, but I mean, I gave him your winnings, and then he said that he would distribute it to you accordingly.
Oh,
What was
don't
the
have
guy's name that we
manager.
were betting with? Is it him? The bookie? Or is it someone else? No.
Somebody else.
Be like, yeah, that wasn't my manager, so I want you to pay me, and you can go get your own money back.
I'm sorry, sir. He's already signed off for it.
yeah, but
Yeah, but he's not my manager.
I would like to use my thaumaturgy to make my eyes glow bright red and all of his shit in the back rumble violently.
Yeah, this is my manager in legal counsel. You can take it up with her.
oh,
I'm
yeah.
their manager now. So
She's always been our manager. What you?
Go ahead and roll.
under certain legal codes, I could have you fined. I will report you to the Better Business Bureau of Lucro and have your head, literally.
Ori, go ahead, roll me intimidation, please.
Or we can like go out to the crowd and like
Or
make
you'll
a
be the
speech
next
to
one
the
fighting.
yeah. We can make a speech to the fans.
Yeah.
As the book starts shaking and your eyes glow a bright red, he looks and he's definitely scared. He looks back and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, don't want to have any issues with legal or anything. Let me see what I can do." He kind of goes back and he starts talking with, whoever else is behind the desk as well too, behind the curtain. He comes back as, I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something for you, but my hands are tied. I mean, the best I can say is that I think I saw him leave not too long ago. He didn't go very far. But you can't miss him. I mean, he was, again, wearing a dark blue garb and seemed to be walking with, I think it was a cane or a staff or something like that. But he
What?
started walking off towards the city.
Well, if he doesn't give me my money back, I'm gonna make a nice speech to the crowd here about you not paying your champions.
So Ori, Italian? What kind of an accent is? I know he's very fancy,
I
but
didn't think he had a bumpkin accent.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I'm trying to figure out who this is. Was it Hal? That's the only person who I can think of with like a kind of a, bumpkin accent who is also a like intimidating figure. He wouldn't do that to us. He's our friend.
As you describe Hal to the desk clerk, he kind of sits there and says, "No, that doesn't seem to match his description at all, really, actually. I would say probably somebody from, we here in Voltier consider ourselves a bit more sophisticated than I think. I think he's probably somewhere from Bralwick, honestly. That's my thoughts. I mean, I can't say for sure, but his clothing and his style seem to say that he was from Bralwick or so."
Man, who's from Bralwick that we know? Spencer's dad?
The hot dog guy?
No, hot dog guy is very grateful to us, though.
He loves us.
Oh yeah, apparently his business is booming now,
Yeah.
and he's making
Oh, yeah.
a special hot dog sausage with a lizard. What was it? A lizard, a bear.
It's
You're-
absolutely
You're breaking up a little bit, but it was Bear. Oh my goodness, I really have to keep. I have to remember this for later. It's a new recipe.
Menu.
It's a
Come
new
on.
menu that just came up. My goodness, what was it? Let me see what my notes are for
This-
this.
I just don't remember the third or fourth thing.
Fish.
It was not fish. I'll come up with it, but y'all keep on going. I'll pull it
It
for you. Just
Had to do with us.
Okay, so where he's going towards the city.
right. Bear, lemur, lizard, bird meat. That's what it was.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, so we have to go after our winnings, but what other priorities do we have?
Well, we have a timer to get back to the camp. Also, I don't know what time it is now, but we need to be back there by morning, I think.
Considering that the battle just happened, let's say it's still noon or so in the afternoon. So you still have some time right now, if you'd like. Everybody, give
So-
me a perception roll real quick, too. You ready?
I'm not seeing any rolls.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Well,
Double nat 20s. Go ahead, Pan. Give me one,
You
too.
for one moment
Mine's
see-
not rolling or
It's-
something.
it's not
I
rolling?
clicked it like 10 times. Let me refresh.
Yes,
I
please.
was
Let's
gonna
try it real
say,
fast. Let me know.
Mikage, you for one short moment see a laptop screen in front of you. Everything is in stark contrast to your life.
By the way, guys, I had, since I started in the battle, for one brief second, I had this flash, and it felt like our lives were just rolls on a board. And there were
Mikage, my
wasn't
therapist
one
said the same thing.
dots, and they were determining our next moves. It was really surreal.
Mikage, as Ori, my therapist said the same thing back when I lived in Siam and saw 3 different therapists. They all said the same thing. I get you.
My therapist says I'm a control freak, that I have to control everything in the world. I don't.
It's my turn to talk.
Pan, are you doing okay over there? Is it still going or no?
I don't know.
It's still not
what's
going?
happening.
Okay. I will roll for you. I'll tell you what. I hate that, but let's see. There we go for Pan. 3. All right. So it's all over the board here. Oh, wait. There he goes. See, did you just roll? It looks like it's... What is that? Okay. I'll take yours because yours went. Okay, so we go 15, 21, 9. Okay. Or you are still, as you are, you're flustered trying to deal with this incompetent desk clerk. However, for Mikage and Pan, you look over and you see some individuals in the crowd towards the direction that the desk clerk pointed to that are wearing a certain blue garb as well, too. And Mikage, you look a little bit closer and you can tell that their demeanor, while they're trying to match in with the crowd, they seem a little bit more shady than the others around them. Now, given again, this is an arena, there's going to be a lot of shady people, but they seem to be a little bit more anxious than some of the other ones.
Okay. So I put, I nudge Pan and mention to him. They also have robes. Let's have Orient see what we can find out.
Yep, let's go.
I'm gonna give one last to the clerk and walk away.
The clerk doesn't look you in the eyes. He just kind of bows his head and is like, in a bit of shame. So sorry, miss. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do this. Please don't tell my manager. I'm up for a promotion. Please.
Not anymore.
Stay permit.
You make your way through the crowd, and as you do so, you start to approach this group, these individuals who are wearing a blue garb. They don't seem to take notice of you just yet. There's quite a bit of people. But go ahead, give a... Let's see. I'm going to say for Mikage and for Pan to do a stealth check. But then for Ori, as you're making your way through, I want you to do an intelligence check.
Alright. Yeah, maybe.
Okay. And for Ori, let's see. So what that is.
It's trying,
Okay.
I think.
Come on, intelligence. Let's see. Intelligence check.
You can roll it, it's okay, friend. Will you,
I
will
will
you
do
attempt
so.
to roll?
I will do so for you right now. Let's see, intelligence here.
Oh wait, I got it.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right. Never mind. I'll close that out. Perfect.
No!
Okay.
No!
Now, in this case, Ori, I'm going to give you a little bit of advantage on this. It's actually so. The reason being is that you get a really clear line of sight. Look at them. Okay. As you look closely, you immediately recognize their colors. Their colors, this garb of blue, happens to coincide with the color of the graves that you fought with back in Brawick. Pan, you make your way through. You're able to kind of slide back and forth between all the crowd. They don't seem to notice. However, Mikage, as you're going through, people are running up to you. They're bumping into you. And as they do, these members dressed in blue turn around, they look. And as they do, they start walking away. Slowly at first as a saunter, but eventually starts breaking into a run. And now they are running away from you guys.
We should chase them. Y'all bled for that money, so we're getting that. We're getting that back. So we run?
So they're running away right now, guys. What are y'all doing?
Was I like close enough to stop them or no?
You are a good distance. You're probably about 15 feet away. However, Mikage, since you are held back a bit, you are about 30 feet away.
Okay.
I'm gonna water whip the dude. At least one of them. I think. Hold on, let me see. Is 15 feet in my range? Says within 30 feet. I'm gonna water whip one guy and grab him.
Okay, go ahead. Roll that water whip. Mikage, what are you doing?
30 feet.
He just has to make a DC throw of something.
Okay.
Something. Where is it? Dex
I
13.
know what I want to do.
Okay, Ori, tell what you want to do.
Oh, what a roll! What a champ!
Whichever
What a
one
chat!
hand does not water
The
whip,
water-
I'd like to use the mage hand and smack him across the face.
Okay, all right. The water whip reaches out, but just as it's about to grab him, Pan, a passerby kind of just walks right in the way, gets in the way of you. Unfortunately, you whip him and pull you just yank him forward. He gets thrown forward at you. However, Ori, as you use your mage hand, you just bitch slap the other guy who's trying to walk away, and you see him kind of just take a tumble down.
And
All right, go ahead.
have speed of 30 feet, so he's just within my range. So I'd book it. I'd shove whoever's out of the way and just book it.
All right.
Yep, I'm running too.
Same.
As you do, you all converge on the one that has fallen. The other one sees his comrade fallen, but he just disappears into the crowd. However, the one that you were able to bitch slap, he kind of looks up with a big red handprint across his face and just kind of in shock. And he's like, oh, snap, as he sees all three of you converge on his position.
Do we recognize him? Like the actual face of him?
You do not recognize his face. However, the clothing and the style, immediately you recognize him, Ori, and Pan as well now too, since you're up close. He is wearing the colors of the graves.
Was it the graves that we were hanging out with and giving sausages to?
No, those were the globes.
Those are the globes.
The,
Okay.
the
Yeah, the
hemoglobin.
graves are the ones we did not help. Yeah.
Okay. Couldn't remember.
So for Mikage, I don't remember if you we told you this fact,
She was
but
not there.
she was not. You were not
yeah.
there, but you were fine. Go ahead. Why don't you go ahead? Either Pan or Ori. Fill Mikage in on it.
Well, we
I
had
do
a-
have notes for this that far
Actually,
back. I'm
okay,
pretty
yeah.
sure,
Take it away.
but I'd have to
Zombie.
find it.
So let's just say that I've walked over to the fallen guy. I've managed to, I guess, put my foot on him to keep him down on the ground so that he won't move.
He's
Here we go.
he's trying to fight himself, trying to lift your foot off of him right now, but to no avail.
I just put it weight without completely crushing him.
I'm gonna look at him and say, "What's a gang member like you doing all the way up here in Voltier?"
He looks back at you, kind of snarls a bit, like I was about to say the same to you. What are you guys doing all the way here?
Is this Zevis? He's the guy that we told to run away from the globes. But anyways, the globes were like a blood crypt gang, right? And they were the ones that were doing shipments or something for those chimeras at the train yard. That was them, right? And we like
The graves and the globes, which stand
Yeah.
for hemoglobins.
Yeah, what did we do? I don't actually have that much of info about them though, just what we did with them.
There's
So
that huge shit show of a train station fight, in which I fed many charred bodies to the chimera.
we helped the globes, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
kind of.
And
Yeah.
Bob, that was his name, the grave, right? His name was Bob, I think.
Quite possibly.
Bob died though. Bob died to the chimera.
Yeah. Bob did die.
Yeah,
It
so
was
I mean we can ask them about the chimeras and stuff if we want to
Exactly.
now that we've caught them. Because yeah, they were the ones that were transporting them from the train yard in whatever to Voltier.
I'm so happy that y'all remember this. This is fantastic.
I remember Bob because his name was Bob.
I remember feeding the charred bodies. I lit them on fire and tossed them at the chimera. And the chimera then did not harm me because I was feeding it tasty snacks.
Yeah, I don't know. My notes are not as they don't really have much about the globes and graves, just the train yard. So I don't really have that much for you, unfortunately.
It was fun. But they do know about the chimera shipments, so we got to ask about that. All we know is that the shipments were headed to Voltier and they were shipping chimeras to help with bad things.
Yeah, and they have our money right now.
They do.
The thug looks back at you, and at first seeming a bit resistant. However, there's a sudden realization that comes to his eyes as he looks a bit closer at you two and says, "Oh shit! You're the guys who took down Bob."
Yep. Yes, sir, we are. Does that change your mind about some things, buddy?
You look down, you see a little pool of water underneath him a little bit, and he's like, "No."
I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder, which is still on the ground because of Mikage's giant foot, and say, "This will go a lot smoother if you just comply with us. Or our newest member of the gang is going to crush your sternum into your heart."
Okay. What do you want to know? What do you want to? Just please don't crush me. Like you crushed Bob and just killed him and threw his body into the chimeras. Please don't kill me.
We want our money back first, bro.
I don't have your money. It's already gone.
It's not already gone. It's being run away currently right now. Where are they going?
They're going back to our hideout. It's in the city.
Where?
I can give you the clue. I can give you the location of it. It's between these two buildings. It's right next to. There's a factory, and then there's also a clothes store. You can't miss it. I'll draw you a map. I promise. Just please, just let me go.
Bring him along.
Let's go, buddy.
Let's go, bud.
As you pick him up, he is still. His pants are soaked, and he is like shaking in his little booties as he's walking towards you, though. But I guess describe what that looks like, if you could. Pan, why don't you give us a brief description of what that looks like as you're walking him through the ground?
He's got that obvious water stain around his crotch area, trickling down his pant leg. Seems to be some water dripping down. Like, you might want to get some new pants, bro.
Good thing there's a clothing store next to your hideout.
You just have to carry him like in a way that it's not like he's not urinating on you. Just like holding him out like my camera's like freaking him out, but you're just holding him out like a rag doll in front of you.
Mhm.
He leads you back as you make your way through the city. The crowds, as they start to notice where that water stain is coming from, they slowly start to part like the Red Sea a little bit. And so they make their way, you make your way back to the city. He's able to show you, though, to where the hideout is. You can see the clothing store and the factory right there. And he kind of points out a dark hallway, a dark alley, and says, it's over there. Please, just let me go. Just let me go.
First, any traps? Sorry, I was going to say any traps, any passwords, anything like that, you tell us now.
I don't know. I'm just a newbie. This is my first day. I'm sorry. I don't know. This is all I know.
I don't even know catch the movies. Maybe they're the only ones stupid enough to get caught. All right.
We really are. Please just let me go.
Should we let him go or should we tie him up and keep him here?
We can let him go.
in this movie.
We can let him go, whatever.
We
All
just
right. Well,
back.
hmm?
That's how it works, right?
You just what?
We just kill him if he comes back.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll just deal with him later. Just let him go.
Like, bud, we're going to let you go as long as you go straight for the edge of the city and, hang out there for maybe a week. Don't come back until you're 100% sure that we are gone. Or we will kill you.
He thanks you enthusiastically. And then afterwards, you see him just meekly walk into the clothing store and go head over to the pants section. Okay.
Bring
Good
Brown.
All right.
Bring me my brown.
Give him the brown pants.
I'll tell the full later, but anyway.
You're now standing between the factory and the clothing store. There's a dark hallway. Dark alley. And you look through. You don't see much sign of life or anyone in between, aside from a stray alley cat and some rats kind of like walking in between or so. What would you like to do?
Let's go a little further in.
Like, roll a pebble down the hallway on the ground first, like Indiana Jones style, or
I was
whatever.
going to say, I have burning hands, but if I'm not pushing it at anyone, it just lights up my hand, right?
More or less, yes.
More or less. I'm going to hold that out.
As you do, you create a bit of a torch. It lights up around your hand, and so there's this glowing flicker. As you are making your way through the alley, you see a small doorway. It seems to be kind of a hole in the wall. It seems to be very inconspicuous. Had you not had your hand as a torch, you would have probably passed it by.
Interesting. Let's inspect this door.
As you check the door, you see that it actually is unlocked.
Sus.
Very sus. All right.
We'll just open it. These guys are clown gang, right? Totally scrubby.
I mean, they are doing evil deeds for evil people, so.
They only a little, you know, you got to be somewhat competent to get hired.
Yeah. Well, Ken, go for it. Open the door.
Yep. Okay. I'll open the
Okay.
door.
Both Mikage and Ori just kind of like bow
Go
and
for it.
our hands forward, like, after you.
I'll just kick it open. No, it's unlocked. I'm just gonna
It's
open it.
unlocked.
As you make it through into the door, you notice a fairly seedy room. Seems to be quite disheveled. Seems like maybe homeless people live here or so. There's a disgusting mattress lying on the floor. Fluorescent light that's just flickering above you. Seems to be, just kind of general filth and, trash just kind of strewn about. Again, the occasional rat or two will walk by. You look though and you see beyond this, and you see there's two doors. You look over, there's a bookstand on one side, there's a bed over here, there is a table again with just an assortment of food. There seems to be a small pantry with, random moldy items. But however on the door it says, "One is a truth. Don't listen to the other's lies."
I was gonna say Texaca. You see it in the image. Never mind.
Oh, that is one? Oh, yeah. But you see two doors, and you see that scribbled on top. One is the truth. Don't listen to the other's lies.
I want to go up to the door on the right and inspect it a little more closely.
Describe for me what type of inspecting are you doing?
I would like to look and see, like, if it's like a wooden door, so if I can, is it a wooden door?
Does the door talk? Hey, door.
Does the door talk?
It is a wooden door. And as you say hello, the door looks back at you and says, "Hey, yourself. What do you want?"
I want to know what 2 + 2 is.
5, of course.
All right, let's go in the other door.
You try to open the door, but that one is locked as well. And it looks at you, it's like, "Hey, you, what do you want?"
Hey, what's 2 + 2?
5, of course.
Damn it. All right, assholes. Let's figure this shit out. So, okay. Both of you. Does one of you tell any sort of truth?
Of course.
Do they both say this?
Yes.
And does one of you lie? Or any one of you lie?
Of course not.
So, do we see any other doors?
From what I've described in the room so far, you've got, you don't see any other doors.
Was there anything on the bookshelves?
On the bookshelves themselves, you see just a random assortment of magazines and old cruddy, withered books.
I want to see what their lies are like. Hey, how do we open you?
You don't.
Which means we can't. Okay, I get it. Okay. What, righty, what do you think of lefty? He's
an asshole.
So you love him. That's so kind. Okay. Is the answer to how to unlock one of you in this room right now?
They both kind of look at each other. No.
All right, cool. Okay, let's start looking. Does anything look... So you say it's gross and disgusting and that kind of stuff. Does anything look even a little bit, like, clean, like it's been recently touched and moved and handled?
The cleanest thing that you can look around and see is the bathroom. And that's not a pretty sight.
It's not a preset. I want to just poke my head in. I don't want to go all the way in. I want to poke my head in and see if there's anything interesting. Disgusting does not mean interesting in there. So what do I see anything interesting?
You catch a foul smell once you enter. However, there's no, let's call it, well, there's no excrement or anything like that. But however, there is just a moldy piece of soap that's sitting on the counter. There's a large like ring of water. It's just that that grime smell in a bathroom that has been clean for who knows how long.
Any words anywhere?
You see an assortment of just graffiti across it. People have written all sorts of, they've tagged it with their names, and if you want a good time, go call this number, and a lot of that.
Fair enough. Okay. Guys, anything? Any ideas?
I mean, is this like, I don't know, does it need a key, or can it just be like, hey, can you open the door?
Is that what you're asking? To the doors?
Yeah, can I just ask the doors? Can one of you open the doors?
They both look at you and like, yeah, of course we can.
Will you?
Of course we will.
Okay.
Okay, and who opens?
Neither of them budge.
Is this like one of those, what are those really hard mind game questions that people used to play? You know what I'm talking about? You play them at like team building things. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like the one where the people that eat each other on the boat and shit like that? It's like, it reminds me of one of those.
I'm trying to think. So, I kind of walk up and I look at the left door. Does the other door lie?
No.
So I go to the other door. Does the right door lie?
Wait, which one so you spoke to the left one first, right?
I think so. I thought I said left first.
You spoke to the left one, you said there's other door lie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you speak to the right one and says, does the right door lie? Right? And
You asking if it lies or if the other one lies?
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I'm asking. So I'm going to asking if the door that I'm not talking to, do they lie?
Oh, okay. And he also says no.
But do you lie?
Of course not.
None of you lie, but you think 2 + 2 is 5. Okay.
They're bad at math.
They're doors. I mean, there's that.
I never taught math in school. I get it. There's no door school.
How about I make one of the doors lie down? Try kicking it.
Oh yeah, give us the exact wording of the thing again.
One is the truth. Don't listen to the other's lies.
So number 1.
But from which direction?
So
One is the truth, not tells the truth, is the truth. Don't listen to the other's lies. Is one of the doors fake? I'm gonna look and see if I can tell if one of the doors is fake and there's like a wall behind it.
As you inspect, which one are you going to look at?
I would like to look at both, but I'll start with the right.
You look at the right one. As you try to open it, it doesn't seem to budge. You try to look through. Go ahead, give me a perception roll real quick, please.
Can do.
there seems to be a keyhole there, but as you look through, it's just pitch black. Like you don't see anything behind it at all.
What about the other one?
As you look through, you notice the same thing. There's just pitch blacks through from behind.
Cool. I'm gonna look at Mikage and Pan. What if I light one of these on fire?
At this point, I say light both of them up, but one is is there something to do with the number 1?
Probably.
It has a number 1 kind of laying about.
The doors are right and left. There's none that come like first or second.
In 2 hours just trying to figure out this riddle.
I've totally done this riddle before, so I think I know the answer, but I
Do
don't want
it.
to like.
Pan.
I don't remember exactly how it goes. It's supposed to be like you ask like a 2-part question, right? I don't know. I used to play these games with
See,
my
I've
cousins.
seen this one done a couple of different ways, but
And it's worded kind of weirdly. So,
yeah, it's always worded different. So it's trying to trick us.
So it's like if you asked one door, so the doors said they can open it, right? So it's supposed to be, I don't know if it's exactly the same, but it's like you ask one door, right? If you ask the door which is safe, if you be like, are you the safe door? The liar will say yes, and the true door will say yes, right? And then if you
Mhm.
ask if it's the not safe door, like the liar door or whatever, then they'll both say no, right? So you're supposed to say something like, if I were to ask the other door, what would the other door say? Like if you ask the left door, be like, what would the right door? Hold on, I have to think about how the logic thing works. But it was like if you ask the left door, the door on the right, if you were the right door to go through, what would they say? Or something like that. And then if you ask that to both doors, they should both be pointing to like the right one or the wrong one, however you worded it.
well, that's why I
Something
was
like that.
do they lie? Does the one on the right side lie? And
Well, one
that's
of them is a liar, right? One is the truth. Don't listen to the other lies, right? That's why I assumed it was this question, but I don't remember exactly how it goes, nor do I remember exactly how the
That's why
question
I
works.
asked
I just
what
know
is
it was something
2
like
plus-
that.
And that's why I asked what's 2 plus 2. It's a very simple thing that you can tell whether it's a lie or the truth. 2 plus 2 does not equal 5, and they both thought it equaled 5.
But
So
they're
that-
both doors.
But they are both doors.
one
So
truth. Don't listen to the other's lies. One is the truth.
Yeah, can we like knock on it and see if it's like hollow?
hello. We asked that one guy if there were any passwords, and he didn't fucking tell.
Oh,
us.
Yeah, he's a liar. Let's go get that guy back here. Be like, you open this door, bro.
Exactly. I think like they don't reference the doors at all, which is why I'm thinking it's something outside the doors that we have to do or figure out.
I mean, is one of you guys? Can we just ask both of them? Be like, well, no, not both of them. Just ask one of them separately, because
Says
hold on.
one
So if you
is
ask one of them, because I should give different answers if one of them is a liar, right?
they should
Be
give
like,
different
yeah.
answers.
So it's like, is it safe behind one of you guys?
They've both been giving the same
Mhm.
answers.
Yeah, but like, is it a safe way into the Graves hideout or Globes
Great.
hideout? Yeah, Graves hideout behind one of you guys.
Or they could be saying,
Oh, is that your question? Go ahead, Pan.
Yeah, that's it. Be like, are one of you guys the correct door into the Graves hideout?
Yes.
Both of them say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, well, no, but that means they're giving.
Yeah, they're
it's-
giving the same answers.
It sounds like both doors are saying one truth. Because they're saying the same thing. There's other ways to look at this.
It says one is the truth. Don't listen to the other's lies. I'm gonna look at one of the right door and just be like, "What do you want from us?"
He just smiles back. I want you to be happy.
Doing a great job of that, mister.
He smiles back.
Burn the whole building down. I'm just at that where it's like
This.
all right. The only thing I can think of. Flash, can I ask the door? Do I need a password to unlock you? I asked both the doors. I just straight up say to both of them.
They both say yes.
Is the password?
Both of them say yes.
Password! Nobody's gonna open?
Nothing happens. Mikage, roll an intelligence check for me real quick.
Oh, this will be interesting. Advantage or ability check or saving throw?
Either one.
Ability.
Either one's fine.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I do an intelligence check.
Yeah, I'll let you, or you can do an intelligence check.
I'm not like that dumb. It's not my strongest suit, but
Oh, not bad. Okay. Mikage,
Yeah,
you sit and you stare at the inscription a little bit longer, but nothing really comes to mind. However, Ori, as you look at it, there's something different from one to another. For instance, when Pan said it versus when I wrote it, when the words kind of shoot out at you.
so when Pan said it, it sounded different.
No, if you look exactly at, there's a little bit of metagaming. If you look at the chat log and look at the way Pan wrote it versus the way I wrote it, you notice there's something different there.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I meant. That's what I meant, but I just didn't punctuate that, and you meant both.
Because I feel like both doors are liars, and we're supposed to be looking for something.
Another set of doors.
Or like a trap door, a ceiling door. Can I look on the ceilings? What do I see?
I start pulling back mattresses and stuff like that.
You don't
not
see
gonna-
anything on the ceiling. It is more just kind of decrepit. The mattresses, as you pull them away, they don't. Again, they're very dingy, lots of stains, but you don't seem to find anything there.
Okay. So we've gone through the beds. We've gone through. I guess. Is there anything in the pantry?
As you open the cabinet, pantry, you fish around. You don't see anything. However, you see a little rat, kind of like you catch him by surprise. He takes his little morsel of food and he kind of runs off. And you
Do I
see him.
see?
Go ahead.
Do I see which way he goes?
He starts heading towards the opposite direction, away from the table.
I'm gonna follow him, kind of see where he goes.
Is there any food in the pantry that's not all gross and moldy?
Pretty much everything there is gross and moldy. Yeah.
Not a single thing.
Not a single thing. It's just a huge mess. However, you see the little rat run off, starts running towards the bookcase.
So I go over to the bookcase and I want to kind of just move things around, see if there's anything there.
As you move the bookcase around, some of the books, some of the magazines and whatever, they kind of just fall off of it or so.
What's a book that's the truth?
I guess it depends on who you ask.
I was going to say, if there's a book on the bookcase that could be deemed the truth, let's pull that bitch out, see if the bookcase moves.
Yeah, it's like the new Bible of Brawick or some shit like that, or whatever the Archbishop writes.
Anything about graves in there?
Did the bookcase move at all when I was like trying to look around it, or could I see anything?
As you check the bookcase, you notice that it shifts a little bit, but not just that, the wall behind it kind of shifts a bit too.
Okay.
We got to get in there.
Can you push the wall?
Doors were liars.
So I'm just going to grab the bookshelf and just chunk it to the side and let it break against the wall if I can.
You try to grab it, however, you do see a whole assortment of books or so. One of them seems to be kind of stuck in place.
I'm going to pull it.
As you pull that book, you hear the door kind of shifting, a latch opens, and as it does so, the door case swings open, and it opens up into a brand new hallway.
I'm going to throw a magazine at the other doors and say, ha, suckers.
I'm going to ask them to open themselves as soon as we go through this walkway. Be like, open up.
All right, so so we have the hallway, and I want to do.
Hold up my left hand.
Find traps.
You do a quick search, and you're able to. You don't detect any traps, any visible traps or anything like that. It seems to be pretty safe to walk through. There's a cool breeze coming from through the hallway, and you hear voices muttering just past it.
Okay, so can we sneak down the hallway and just kind of listen to what they're saying?
Yes. As you sneak through the hallway, the voices start to get louder and louder for you. You can hear them laughing and cackling. One of them starts to mention, "Oh man, totally just like ripped off that ward money. You should have seen it. They didn't even know it." A bunch of the other guys are laughing, and you hear them like, jugs of ale clinking, and they seem to be pretty rowdy.
Should I cast sleep?
Question, how many are there first?
From the voices, you can't quite tell, but there are definitely more than 3.
Okay.
Hypnotic pattern then. Targets everyone at once.
Mm-hmm.
Shall I try it?
Yep. Let's mug them and leave them bare butt naked.
Exactly. I'm taking all of their pants. Okay. We're going to do a cute little...
Okay, I'm going to do this. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put everybody onto the map. 1, 2, and 3. All right.
All right.
Let me know if you guys can see that.
It's loading. Gangster lair. Okay, give me just 1 second. And okay, there it is for me. I'm going to cast a fun little hypnotic pattern inside there. Oh, that's fun. Sorry, the little square moves when I do certain things.
No, you're good. So with your spell for sleep, you'll probably only be able to catch a couple of them or so. Keep in mind. They're kind of spread out.
Hypnotic pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, I guess it's, wait, where'd my thing go? Why is it over there? I would like to put it over here by that one.
Okay, all right. As you cast your spell, you kind of hear some of the voices. They start slurring a bit more. And eventually, bit by bit, their heads, you hear just a clunk. Boom, boom, boom. As three of them just they just fall asleep and you hear a loud snoring, bellowing from them. Some of the others hear this and they're like, "Hey, what's going on? What's going on with you?" They start kind of rushing up or so. You hear them rising from their tables, moving forward.
When they get close enough, should I cast another thing and see if it'll hit all of them?
Let's see how close they get, because let's see if they even see us.
That's fair. Well, we're kind of hidden. We're not around the bend yet.
No, we want to make sure they get close enough to where you can catch all of them. So
Exactly. But now that we've said that, Candace's not going to let them get that close.
One of them starts coming over. Or rather, there's two of them that start approaching closer. And as they do, they're kind of like trying to shake their buddies around, trying to shake them awake or so. Now, keep in mind, with sleep, if I remember correctly, you just need to kind of push them a little bit. Well, charm by spells, creature incapacity has a speed of 0. Creatures.
Well, it's hypnotic pattern.
Else uses an action to chase. If it takes, the spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor.
Right.
Okay.
So I want to cast another thing.
Okay, so these two are coming forward right now. They're going to try to come and shake their buddies awake. You can sense them approaching closer and closer.
And I'm going to cast Hypnotic Spell one more time.
Okay.
Because I think I can. And for that, I'm going to get all of these dick bags.
Okay. So the ones who are asleep are in a really deep REM cycle. All right. And then the other ones, you see them just kind of fall over and collapse, faint. At that, you hear one of some of the men in the back now. They're like, "Oh, shit, something's here." So they start assorting. They start running over, and you can see there's an assortment of a rack of weapons on either side, where they start grabbing things. And you see out of the corner, as you're hiding behind this corner, that they are nervous. They are pulling weapons, and they are walking cautiously about. One of them yells out, "Who's there? Show yourself!"
We should definitely
Rush him. Let's go.
let's do it. Surprise attack.
I'm not
Yeah.
I guess if they're ready, it would just be a standard attack.
I say we rush them before they wake up their buddies.
Yeah, we gotta get them. Most definitely.
Okay. All right.
So I want to get closer, but I want to shoot an arrow at
Red bandana thug, grave
Yeah.
leader.
All right.
And
Everybody.
make sure you don't harm the ones who are asleep.
Everybody roll initiative, and we'll play it out that way. All right.
Hey.
And I'll give you guys advantage, or rather surprise. So you guys get to go first. I'll give you guys a minute to figure out what y'all want to do.
I'm thinking fire, as I typically do.
I'm gonna do arrows, and I'm gonna do double attack with arrows to the red bandit.
Wonderful.
Sure, I will.
Y'all go for the red one first, because he's closer. I'll go for the other guy.
The red guy's gonna have more life. I feel like he's just okay. That's fine then. We need to.
I was going to say,
kill-
he's closer to the guys who are asleep.
That's true. I mean, whatever. Okay, I'll just
you guys
rush
get
out there.
10
I'm
seconds.
going.
Okay.
I don't know how far I can move though.
Pan,
but
you're
I'll
going
run.
first. All right. You're catching them off guard right now. They are stalking about, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. What are you doing?
Hold on, I'm trying to see how close I can get. 45, and then 40. I could get like right up on top of him.
Hell yeah.
If I want to do that.
Kick the shit out of him, then Mikage's going to shoot
Well, I
him.
only get one attack if I use 2 runs, right? That's not gonna kill him.
Do you have a ranged thing?
Yeah, I'm just gonna run up to the 45 feet, which was here. Actually, I'll stay in cover. Come like here or something. Here. Where's cover? Damn, none of this is cover. Whatever, I'm just gonna run up. How far is... Yeah, I do have a range, but what is the range on the attack? Sorry, I have to look at the... Where's my darts at, bro? There they are.
I'll let you do that while you're
20 to
assessing
60.
that.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw darts from over here. It's fine.
Okay.
So I can't move
Here,
my
I'll move
guy
you
yet.
there. Yep, I got you. Go ahead. So you're there?
Okay. Yeah, and then I throw darts. So I can click on darts
Mm-hmm.
and then click on him, or does
You
is
can
that
use
it?
You can target, and let's see. So with that attack, you nail him for 8. He stumbles backwards. He's kind of shocked, and as he takes the damage, he looks and sees you, and immediately alerts his buddy. It's like alerts his comrade. Hey, he's right there. Okay, Ori, you are up now.
I am.
You've heard the
moving.
captain call out that he sees pain.
I'm gonna move if you unpause the thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yes.
I'm gonna move my. Come on, ma'am.
Hey, Mikage, you're coming up next.
And I'm going for fire, which has 120-foot range, so I'm close enough.
If you can target him, also I think it does a little animation. If you remember how to do that.
Ooh, how do I do that?
On your left-hand side, there's a little circle and an enclosed circle, and it allows you to select targets.
Ooh,
See that? So if you choose you want, and
I
if,
got it.
Yeah.
Chosen.
Yeah, go ahead. You can run that. Is it a spell? It's an invocation. Yeah, you can do that again. Go ahead and do that again. Let's see if it does it this time. At least it hopes it does this spell. There he goes.
Hey.
Booyah! Okay, I'll take that one because it's even better. You light him on fire, and he immediately just starts patting himself out, and he's freaking out. He's like, "Oh shit! They got fire!" And he's startled. He runs. He's running in circles at this point right now. Okay.
Wonderful.
All right, Mikage. Pen and Ori have jumped in. The Graves are definitely startled, and they're trying to assess what's going to happen. What are you doing?
I move forward, and then why is it saying there's a wall there?
This is a wall right here, so I can just say you're going to move here, and then move you forward up however much you like.
Okay. But let me double check I want to make sure I get to the full 30 feet.
Okay. And then Pan, you're going to
then-
be going up next again, or rather, like, where the end of the round is coming up in just a moment.
I get 2 attacks, so
Okay. The first one misses. The second one lands. Who are you attacking?
red bandana guy.
Red bandana guy. Okay, go ahead and roll a damage attack. Damage from me too.
Oh, it didn't do damage?
It did not do damage. No.
Okay, I used the click thing, so...
You should have done damage. I think you're just doing arrows.
I love the arrow weighs 0.15.
I saw that.
1,000 zeros, 2 pounds.
I think instead of you're rolling arrows, you should roll your longbow. You should do longbow instead of arrows next time.
Okay, because I tried using the thing that's on the... Did it show?
That's fine. Yeah, that'll work. That's okay. We'll just take that. So 5 damage. He gets stabbed for another 5 hit points of damage, and as such, he reels back, and immediately sees it. He starts panicking. He's just like, "Oh shit! What do we do?" All right. So next round now. So top of the round. At this point, the bandit captain is going to go first, followed by you three, with the thug going in between. So I'll give you guys another minute to figure out what y'all want to do.
Just gonna try to get him again. From closer though, from melee range.
I'm gonna keep shooting fire at whoever needs it most.
Okay,
I think.
Mikage?
I am going to get up a little bit closer, but I'm gonna still do 2 shots at this guy.
Okay, all right, here we go. The bandit captain sees you, Mikage, as the closest one. He rushes over to you, pulls out his scimitar, and just slashes at you twice. Roll a defense roll twice and tell me what you do.
Okay.
Give me 2 defense rolls.
Okay.
And then while you're doing that,
So, okay. Dodge.
there you go. Oh no, not dodge. You should have a defense roll. You go into reaction. So check on that for your reaction on your choices. And while she's doing that, did you find it yet?
No, because my thing kind of changed up to back. You know, it has the picture. It's before it didn't have that, so my macro's gone.
If you go, see, so on your Argon, on your HUD, if you click on it, you see reaction on the left-hand side, I'm sorry, on the right-hand side, then you'll see use feature. And if you click use feature, it'll do a defense roll for you.
I feel like I'm not seeing the entire thing. I think that's why.
Let me do that for you real quick then. Just kind of move things forward real fast. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do regular, and then one more time, regular. Okay. Second one.
If you can see it now, but it's like the bonus is like the bottom thing's just like huge. I think
it's all the way on your right hand side. That's probably what it is. It's hard to see. On your right hand side, keep on going.
I can't go any further. It's the edge of the screen.
You can scroll. What is it? How do you make this thing smaller? There's a way to make it smaller. Damn it. Okay, anyways, I've rolled it for you for right now in the meantime. Okay. You're able to dodge one of the strikes, however, one of them catches you. You're going to take 7 hit points of damage on that.
Okay.
And the bandit captain at this point right now, he's a bit startled, especially coming this close to a Dragonborn. Pan, you are up. You're up close and personal. The bandit captain is engaged in combat right now with Mikage. What are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out how to move my guy again, but it's stuck. I just want to move like here. I can't even click like here.
Oh man, technical difficulties. How fun. Okay, all right.
How do I unselect the targeting thing to like actually just move my dude?
You are back on so if you're on the top left-hand corner, when you have on select targets, change that to the very top one to be select tokens.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Ori, you're coming up next, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Dagger of Venom. Oh yeah, look at that boy.
Oof, man. All right. You strike him for 19.
No, he has to make a throw. If he's 15. So if he doesn't take the 19.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's make him do. Let's see. Ooh, that's a tough one. All right.
Well, it just negates poison. Oh, that's true. It's piercing.
It's not enough. Okay. He's going to take 19 hit points of damage. He stumbles backwards at this point right now. He is reeling. You see the strike of the from the dagger, and it starts to like there's black and green veins that kind of emanate from it, and you see him kind of just pull back, and he's starting to hurt. He's like, "Oh shit!" He starts cursing aloud. Okay.
And he gets poisoned for 1 minute. I don't know how much damage it does though.
I don't recall, but I will. Let's just say 5 hit points per turn. Okay. All right.
Okay, and then I'll use a bonus action to just hit him again.
All right, go for it. Ori, you're coming up next.
Mm-hmm.
This one again lands as too. He takes another 5 hit points of damage. It hurts him even more though from the poison, so he's gonna make him take 8. So he's hurting even more as he stumbles backwards. Okay. All right, Ori. At this point, you're seeing the bandit captain. He's in deep pain, almost on his knees right now, just trying to stand strong. However, he is having a lot of difficulty. What are you doing?
Let's see, how far? I'm 30 foot, so I'm gonna go right over here for my move. And they're doing a great job over there. Thug is actively on fire. So how far is the Thug from me now? 30 feet. Beautiful. So I am going to... He's already on fire, so I'm not going to do another fire. I'm going to do a poison spray.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Just kidding. I'm going to do... Hellish Rebuke. Because I think... Yes, that's going to be... number one, going to scare the shit out of him. And may kill him.
And you're targeting the Thug or the Captain?
Thug. Mr. Thug.
All right, Mr. Thug, here we go. Let's do a DC 17, 18. Let's see how he does. He disastrously failed on that one.
He's literally on fire.
His whole entire body's on fire now. Even his... Every bit of him. Every bit of him. I'll make it even more. I'll make it 10. Okay. He's collapsed on the fire. He's rolling around trying to pat himself out. At this point, the Thug is like, he's just spending his time. He's running around in a circle. He rolls on the carpet, starts rolling around on the carpet, but this only unfortunately just makes it worse. The carpet now is starting to be on fire as well, too. So,
Drop and roll is not good on carpet.
It's not good on carpet at all. He's just causing more of a mess. It's just getting even worse and worse. Mikage, you are severely weakened. However, the baddies seem to be on the ropes. What are you doing?
I am going to slash at the one in front of me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna click on the target, and then hopefully this works.
Yeah, that lands. That one lands. Also, I think you may have untargeted him, but that's fine.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. You just don't get the little fancy animation. That's okay. At this point, he is bleeding out. His blood is just coming out. He is hurting badly. Do you have any more actions, or is that it?
I'm gonna say to him before I make my next attack, you have a choice. You're gonna die here, or you're gonna roll over and give us our money back.
You see him hold his hands up, and he's like, okay, I call uncle. Okay, I'll give you your money back. I'm sorry.
Point us to where it is. I guess keep an eye on the guy to our right.
Mm-hmm.
At the next chance I get, I'm going to roll him up in the carpet.
He points over to a crate that seems to have a lot of goods. Most of it just like, small food rations and a couple dinky knives and bats and brass knuckles. But in there you find a parcel, and in it you find it's about 4,000 gold pieces or so. It seems to be the winnings that the arena was going to give you. And he goes like, okay, please don't hurt us anymore. Just take the money and go. We don't want any more trouble. We're sorry.
That should teach you. And guys, anyone else has any objections? I say we leave these guys to their idiocracy.
We ask them about the...
I was going to say, before we leave them, I'd like to roll the one currently on fire up in the carpet so he's incapacitated, but not like burning alive.
At this point, he has rolled out the fire, but as he looks up, he sees that you three have surrounded him, and he's kind of like dumbfounded as he looks, uh-oh. So then you proceed to roll him up like a taquito, and he's, and he's kind of just like left there looking, not quite sure what to do, but at the same time he's feeling a little more comfortable that he's like wrapped up in a nice toasty blanket.
Also, I would like to, very gently, so as to not wake them, put our little sleeping companions in some little hand ties, and also rob them for everything in their pockets.
Anything interesting on the table?
And whatever's on the table.
On the table, you find some tasty morsels of food. They're definitely not spoiled or rotten. Consider that you've each gained like 10 hit points of life back for a yummy, tasty meal.
Give some to Rathian.
Yep.
Job well done.
From their pockets,
They're
you managed to
pumping.
steal another 47 gold pieces.
Anything fun or interesting?
Unfortunately, not. They seem to be, as you look around and you check their stash of items, they seem to be kind of up and coming. This doesn't seem to be a well thought out operation, as I'm sure you've already figured out. They seem to be, still piecing together weapons and items and things like that. And however, like I said, they didn't seem to have much money.
So they got ours.
Yeah.
So while they're tied up and burritoed and bleeding out but not dead, we should ask Mr. Head Guard, who's most likely to know things, about all these chimera shipments, because don't lie to us, we know they're happening.
He tries to struggle a little bit, but at the same time, too, he's hurting so badly. At some point, he realizes that resistance is futile, and he kind of just sighs, puts his head down, and says, "Oh, the chimeras was really under Bob's leadership or so. We were shipping them out from Brawick over here to Vaultier. Supposedly, they've got a buyer somewhere nearby. We don't quite know who. I mean, Bob was the one who was running point on that, but we've been running quite a bit of shipment of chimeras over. We're making good money, but it seems like at a certain point, especially after what happened in Brawick, that supply of chimeras kind of ran out. So we've been spreading out now, and so we've tried to set up shop in Cyan, and this was our attempt to get things started over here in Vaultier, in Atamon, but startup costs and stuff like that. It's kind of hard to do, right?
So where's your location in Cyan? Exactly.
I don't have the details on that one yet. I wish I could tell you. We don't really have a good chain of command at this point right now. Especially since dear old Bob died.
You're welcome.
I want all their names. I want the names. Let's say I memorize their names. I want to keep that stored in my memory banks for later.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right.
At this point, they look at you like, we don't have anything more. Please just let us live.
Well, since your buddies are asleep, make sure they know that we kicked your ass.
And be thankful we didn't slit your throats while you slept. Peace out, guys.
Bye.
You take the money. You are all 4,000 gold pieces richer, and you're able to walk out.
4,047.
Oh, 4,047. Thank you. 4,047. And with a little bit of tasty morsels in your belly, too.
Yay.
As you start leaving the base, the doors on the outside look at you. It's like, looking forward to seeing you again.
Oh, buddy, I hope you don't.
All right. Back to the trenches. Let's try and get that hand in hand.
Okay. And I think that's a good place to call it, since it's about 10:50 right now. So we will call that a night. All right. Okay. Let's do our retro. See what people think. Let's start with you, Megan. Like, love, learn, lack.
I liked a lot. It was fun having the little side thing to do. However, like I was sitting there like it was like, there's something going on. I know there's something going on. I know there's something in here that needs to be done. But my intelligence roll apparently is the same as my current brain. There's something, but I can't do it. But anyway, so it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. The riddle itself was a little bit difficult. But, in fairness, with us, it tends to go one way or the other. The riddle can be very simple and we derp on it, or it can be really hard and we get it really quick. So it just depends. So I thought it was a good overall to bring us back to the point where we need to go to the train station, or at least get the hand to go to the train station.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you very much. All right. Rachel, if you could please. Like, love, learn, like.
I really liked the fact that we turned a, what was it, 8-person battle into a 2-person battle. Barely took any damage, and one guy literally wet himself earlier because he was so scared of us. That was fun. Nice little affirmation for the fear we strike in others' hearts. I really loved that riddle because they were both lying, and I was like, it's something else. I know it's something else. Kind of like Megan. I was like, something's here. It is not these doors. They're both liars. Even a door would know what 2 + 2 is if he could talk.
That's very presumptuous of you, by the way. You think?
If they can do proper grammar, they can do 2 + 2. I'm calling it now. Wasn't really lacking anything. We got some good fighting, some good puzzles. I learned that you did a gladiatorial thing, and I had actually planned in my campaign another gladiatorial thing, possibly with the exact same map.
Oh,
I have it saved on my computer,
That's funny.
and I'm pretty sure it's the same one, so I'm gonna go find a different one.
It'll just be like bring back fond memories. It'll be like, oh yeah, guys, I remember this.
Remember when y'all just crushed it in that arena?
Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, and Samad, like, love, learn, like, please.
It was fun. Nothing really lacking. We always get stuck on puzzles, so it was nice to not be stuck for like 30 minutes. Not always, but often. And I remembered to use my dagger this time. Apparently it does massive damage. So I wish I would have used it more.
Yeah. Massive.
I love it.
Very cool. All right, yeah. This was fun to put together. I'm glad y'all liked the puzzle. I was like, I wanted it to be a twist on what was already there. And so it was funny to me. It was like somebody was like, oh, you've got the answer. I know I've done this before. I'm like, yeah, I know you have.
No, but I haven't done it. I didn't actually know the answer. I just know that I've done it before. Like, I don't know how to answer the question. Does that make sense? Like, I know I've done the thing, but I don't know the answer to the thing.
If I remember correctly, it's one of those. It's an inverted. It's one of those logic.
Yeah, you're supposed to ask 2 questions that make it, but I don't know like how to do it.
It's actually you ask one question, and either one you ask will tell you the same answer. And I think it's if you basically ask it of the other one. I'll have to look it up because there's
it's
a
like
logic
ask that dude what you ask the guy you're asking. Say what would that guy say?
Yes, I think that's more or less
It's
it.
something like that, and then depending on how you ask it, it's like either safe or not safe, something like that. But I don't remember. Yeah. I knew it was something like that.
You ask them that question, and I'll have to look it up. And then once they say that answer, then you either take it or you take the opposite. But both of them will say the same thing. We'll give you the right answer, right? Like, if I ask this question to the other door, if I ask this question to the other door, which one would he say? And then let's say the liar would say, oh, that one. So then you take the opposite. And if you ask the truthful one, then you take the opposite. You know what I mean? Anyways.
Yeah.
Cool. This was fun. I'm glad to see everybody's faces, of course. So I look forward to meeting up again. And I think that's all I've got for you guys tonight. So everybody have a great week, and we'll catch up again another time. All right. Well, I will cancel the recording now. Thanks everybody for listening, and we call that a night.